Hi YouTube, I hope you really enjoyed the unboxing. It was such a nice experience. I really liked how there were many layers and everything was super well thought, and yeah, so much detail. And obviously this sketchbook is gorgeous. I've wanted one for the longest time and I am super happy to have one of my own finally, also customized with my name. As you could see, everything about it is so beautiful. But now is the time to actually see how good the paper is, because no matter how beautiful it is, if the paper is not worth it, then we are not gonna get it. So as you can see here, I'm trying it out with watercolors. I think it is a good way to test out how resistant the paper is. It's a mixed media paper, but as you guys know, sometimes a mixed media paper can bulk and doesn't really take a lot of water, especially if you do washes, etc. It's not that great. So I really wanted to test it out with watercolors the first. I want to do alcohol markers and Posca pens at some point, because those I use a lot as well. But yeah, for now I thought watercolor could be the best one to try out. So regarding the picture, here as you can see, I am testing different color schemes, and this picture I drew on my iPad and then I transferred. The reason why I did this is because it gives me more control and it makes everything more clean. Some papers have a layer that is like a primer, and if you start erasing quite a lot, it damages a bit the paper. So I wanted to be fair and give this a fair chance and just transfer straight away the drawing without erasing anything. If you're interested to know how I transfer sketches from my iPad to my sketchbook, let me know and I can do a video about it. So now into the paper. I was so impressed with this paper. I know many people's been talking about it and it's a very popular sketchbook. So of course my expectations were high, but at the same time it's mixed media paper, and you guys know how sometimes it doesn't really hold watercolor that well. But I was super impressed to see that it's super absorbent. It doesn't bulk at all. You will see later when I show the finished piece. It's so amazing and the colors look very bright. So I was very pleased with that. The texture is your typical mixed media texture, where it is something very similar to watercolor but not so much, so it is not a crazy texture. However, I will really try and see how that is gonna look with some other mediums like color pencils, or those mediums where you usually have a more of a smooth paper. The other thing I really enjoyed about this paper is that it didn't affect at all the other side. So as in a sketchbook, you really want to use both sides, especially because this is such a beautiful sketchbook. You want it to last long, and also it's more like on the pricey side, if that makes sense, and it has so much to it. So it's definitely a sketchbook that you want to use for longer and that you want to completely fill with your sketches and make it look beautiful and full of experiments and so on. So I think this is a great sketchbook for that, because you can use both sides of the paper. It didn't affect at all the other side. I actually skipped 2 pages, so I'm gonna go back and draw on the ones that I skipped, because yeah, it didn't affect at all the other side of the paper. So that was amazing. So overall, if you can tell, I am very impressed with this paper. I really love the texture. I think it's a very nice mixed media texture where your watercolors are going to look amazing, and hopefully all the other mediums are gonna look great as well. As you can see here, I'm also using a colored pencil to draw the outlines and make everything pop up a little bit, and it felt very comfortable. So I'm confident that just pencils, colored pencils, are gonna feel comfortable. I'm not so sure maybe about graphite or something that requires a lot more detail, but of course I'm gonna try that out. I'm also very interested to know how alcohol markers behave in this paper, because I use them quite a lot, and I would love if the ink didn't transfer, so I can keep using both sides. So I'm gonna try that as well, not in this video unfortunately, but I hope to try it later, and I will keep you guys updated, because I think many of us, we love alcohol markers, and it's obviously super good to know what sketchbooks are watercolor marker friendly, and we can keep using both sides of the sketchbook. I want to tell you that using the code that is appearing right now on the screen, you can get 50% off your sketchbook. I recommend to use it if you want to get one of these sketchbooks because, as I said before, it's a little bit on the pricier side. Of course, if you can save a little bit of money, that is amazing. I will also leave a link down below that you can use, and that is going to apply the discount straight away. So yeah, feel free to use that. I hope you enjoyed the video. As always, let me know if you have any questions, and have a nice day. Bye.